Hey guys, Tim here with part 2 of our PHP tutorials to create a dynamic frequently asked questions section for your website. So in part 1 we created the index page, which shows all of the questions and answers. We've created the edit or the add page, which is create.php, where you can add questions and answers, and now we need to be able to edit and delete our questions and answers, so we'll work on the edit.php page. So over here in Dreamweaver, we're going to create a new file. We're going to save it as edit.php, and we're going to do a little bit of copying and pasting just for style reasons. So what we're going to copy is the main div all the way to the FAQ holder, and we're just going to paste that in the body here, and then we're going to close off our two divs so we have everything set, and we're going to go ahead and copy the style into our head section, but we're going to take out a little bit of our style. So the only thing we need to keep is the FAQ and the FAQ holder. So take those out, save it again, and let's start coding this out. First thing we want to do is up top open PHP blocks, and we're going to include the connection file to our database. Include once, connect.php, save that, and now down here within our FAQ holder, just going to give it some room here so we can scroll down. We're just going to say h3 tag edit FAQ, just so we know. Open and close PHP blocks. Inside of those PHP blocks, we're going to query out our database. We're going to say, oops, if I can get to the right spot here, select all from FAQs, and query that out. res is equal to MySQL query of our SQL or die MySQL error. Okay, so now we need to check to make sure that there are questions in the database. So we're going to say if the MySQL underscore num underscore rows of our result is greater than 0, meaning there is one, we're going to do this, or else we're going to do this. We're going to say echo out there are no FAQs at this time. We're going to say that there are no FAQs to edit at this time. Save that. Now back up here inside of our if statement, we're going to start drawing data from the database. So we're going to say while $row is equal to MySQL underscore fetch underscore soch of our res result, we're going to do this. We're going to say $ID is equal to row of ID, which we'll draw from the ID field. We're going to say questions with an S is equal to row questions, and then we're going to say answers is equal to row answers. And now we're going to echo out our results. Inside there, we're going to create a div, call it class equal to FAQ. We're going to open up a form, because each question and answer is going to have its own submit and delete button. So we're going to say form action is equal to edit.php. We're going to need to assign a variable here. We're going to call it question mark FAQ is equal to, and now we need to do single quotes inside of there, periods, and we're going to assign that ID value, and you'll see why in just a second. Then I'm going to give it, make sure we close off our action tag here. I'm going to give method equal to post. Okay. Oops. I'm just going to go down a little bit. So we have our form there. we're going to open up a span tag and give it a class of questions. I guess we really don't need to give it a class here. We'll say open up a span of question, colon, and then we're going to put an input type equal to text with a name equal to question, size is equal to 65, value is equal to double quotes inside of there, single quotes, and we're going to plop in our questions value, or variable, and then close off our input tag, close off our span. If I could type. Okay. I'm going to put a break tag. Oops. Break tag. Just go down to a new line. Open up a div. And we're going to say answer. And then we're going to put another input tag with a type of text with a name equal to answer. Size is equal to 65 as well. With a value equal to answers. Or answer, I should say. With an S. Okay. Okay, we're going to close off our div. I'm just opening and closing span and div so you can modify the style easier later. Okay, and then we need input with a type equal to submit with a name equal to delete underscore FAQ. Value is equal to delete FAQ. And then right next to it, put a space. Input type is equal to submit. Name is equal to edit underscore FAQ. Value is equal to submit changes. Close that off. Close off our form. And close off our div. Okay. So now scroll up so you can have a better look at that. I'm going to go over here to our page. I'm going to hit edit FAQ. It's going to... Oh, hold on. I need to make one change to the style up here. Up here in the FAQ holder, we're going to say text align is right instead of left, and we're going to keep the rest the same. And refresh that, and everything's over there. In fact, I'm just going to take this FA3 or F3 tag and just throw it above our FAQ holder for the time being, just so everything looks the way I want it. Do that, and that should be back there. We have all of our questions, and now if you see when you hit submit changes, the URL will go to FAQ1. Submit again, it goes to FAQ2. So that's how we're going to figure out which question we're going to be editing or deleting. It's going to be in the URL up top here. So we're going to go back over here to our edit.php page. Up at the top, we just need to code out how to handle which button has been pressed. So we're going to say we need to grab the variable of FAQ from the URL string. So we're going to say FAQ is equal to strip tags MySQL real escape string, and then we're going to put the get variable of FAQ. So that will just provide protection so no one can put in some dummy data or anything like that and screw up your database, and yeah, you probably can think of what can happen. So okay, now we just need to do an if statement. We're going to say if the post variable of edit underscore FAQ has been pushed, I'm going to do this. And since we're doing that, I'll just copy and paste this, and we need to post another one. We're going to change this to delete. So now we have both instances to check for which button has been pushed. So inside of our edit FAQ if statement, we're going to say question is equal to, I'm just going to copy these two so I don't have to keep doing that. And we're going to say our post variable of question, and then we're going to have answer is equal to strip tags MySQL string escape string of our post of answer, and then we're going to query the database. I'm going to say update FAQs set questions equal to, inside of the double or single quotes, we're going to put two doubles and then two periods. We're going to say our question variable question, and then right here we're going to say comma answers equal to single quotes, double quotes and periods, answer variable, and then we're going to say where ID is equal to single quotes, inside of there double quotes periods, and we're going to say our FAQ variable, which will be the variable that was from the URL, and we're going to limit it to 1, so that way only one row can be changed. And then we're going to query that out. res is equal to MySQL underscore query of our SQL variable, or die MySQL error, and then we're going to send them back to the index page. We're going to say location : index.php. We're going to say exit. So now that we have that coded out, let's go refresh this page. We're going to say cancel. Let's go back to the index page, go back to the edit page, and we're going to change question 2. We're going to say this has been changed. So question 2, the question should be this has been changed. Hit submit changes for question 2, and as you can see, the index page says this has been changed, answer 2. Well, let's go back, change the answer. We're just going to say changed as well, submit, and you can see it's changed. So let's handle our delete function. Go back over here to Dreamweaver. Inside of our delete FAQ, we're going to just query out the database. We're going to say SAQ is equal to delete from FAQs where ID is equal to, I'm just going to limit this real quick, inside of the single quotes, two double quotes, two periods, I'm going to say FAQ. And query that out. res is equal to MySQL underscore query of SQL, or die MySQL error, just so for error checking, and we're going to send them back to the edit page. I'll say edit.php. Exit the script. Okay, save that. The only problem with this is there's no question to make sure, refresh the edit page, there's no question to make sure that you want to delete it. Right now it's just, it's going to delete it, so just be careful about that. You guys can figure out how to use JavaScript to ask yourself a question, or go to a different page to ask yes or no, or you can figure it out. So right now we're just going to delete this question that says testing another question blah blah blah. So delete FAQ. It's going to delete, it's going to bring us back to the edit page, and now if you go to the index page it no longer shows up. So we're going to delete these out. We're going to say delete, oops, I hit submit, so delete this one, delete this one. There are no FAQs added at this time. Go back to the index, there's no FAQs at this time. I'm going to add one. Another why am I awesome? I'm going to say just because I am. Haha. Add that. A little corny. Edit. That works. Here's your questions and the answers. Delete it. It all works. So that'll do it for part 2, and this wraps up this 2-part series on creating a dynamic frequently asked questions section that you can just drop into your website using PHP and MySQL as its back end and front end. So hope you enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my website, timkiptutorials.com. We're gonna all these videos are gonna be posted on my site as well under video tutorials. So check it out. I'll see you later.